Well, hello everyone, and good morning. Welcome to Uncivil Law, where we learn through the misfortunes of others. If you're enjoying our legal education content, please remember to subscribe. It helps the channel grow. For episode number 51 in our continuing coverage of the Capitol rioters, today we are covering the twin stories, or more to the point, cousin stories, of Cody Page Carter Connell, great name, and Daniel Page Adams. In this case, two cousins decide to spend some family time together and go and spend their day at the Capitol. How nice. However, some of the things they did while they were enjoying their time together on their family outing, less than fully nice, and has drawn the ire of our friends at the FBI and the Department of Justice. What did they do? What kind of ire have they gotten? Well, let's get started with this. On January the 7th of 2021, an unknown individual provided law enforcement with information regarding a subject, Cody Connell, who claimed to have breached the Capitol on January the 6th. That individual posted a screenshot of what appears to be a Facebook exchange between Connell and another individual, in which Connell states, "I have more videos of us breaching the Capitol, but I'm not going to post them. So we'll give him partial credit, sort of, kind of, because he has videos, but he's not going to post all the videos. So, good. But, the confession in the Facebook Messenger, whoever you're talking to, would like to share your message with the FBI. Hey, FBI, guess what I just heard? Yeah. Anyways, I have more videos of us breaching the Capitol, but I'm not going to post them. We will be back, and it will be a lot worse than yesterday. That screenshot is provided below in Figure 1. Cody Connell to Billy Weiss. Cody Connell to Billy Weiss. I have more videos of us breaching the Capitol, but not going to post them. We will be back, and it will be a lot worse than yesterday. Billy Weiss says, I love it. And I'll be there for the next one too, brother. Keep up the fight. Flexing muscle emoji. We can't let it stop. Ride the red wave. Cody Connell. When we get to the Capitol, there was thousands of people we had to push through to get there. Everyone on Facebook saying it was planned. It wasn't planned, but man, we were tired of people talking and not doing anything. We need another peaceful, which he puts in air quotes, peaceful protest. All right, so we've learned a couple different things from this wonderful exchange. The first thing that's probably most interesting to their legal culpability is the fact that they had to push through the crowd. I don't know if it happened to anybody. It probably did happen to somebody. Because there's a lot of people there, it probably did happen to somebody that somebody was actually swept up into the Capitol who didn't really want to be there. Because of the crowd, there's probably at least one individual who's an innocent person who wound up inside the Capitol that day. There's a couple hundred people that wound up in the Capitol. The odds that one of them is actually innocent, it's not too bad. And the FBI, of course, is understanding of these things, as is the Department of Justice. Because, if you don't want to do it, if it's not your intent, then, it's not a crime. And the FBI reasonably believes that these are one and the same person, Cody Page Carter Connell. So yeah, we have his DMV photograph and his photograph from his Facebook page. And we think these are the same guy. They look very, very similar to my eye. Yeah, yep, okay, that's probably pretty decent evidence to press on in our investigation. Let's press on. Additional social media research illustrates Connell's plan to travel from the great state of Louisiana. And for those of you who have your map, please check off the great state of Louisiana. It's one of the reasons that we're doing this, right? Because we want to finish our map, and we did not have Louisiana yet. So please check off the Bayou State of Louisiana, because Louisiana has now appeared on our map. So we will check that off. So that Louisiana is properly marked. Our map grows. How fun. Let's read more. Additional social media research illustrates Connell's plan to travel from Louisiana to Washington, D.C. on January 6th of 2021. On January 5th, for example, Connell reposted a message stating, "Join President Donald John Trump at Save America March," and listing the event details for the 6th. If you had only done that, that would have been fine. Connell added to the message to this post saying, "Definitely gonna be an experience." I mean, yeah, it was that for sure. Late that night at around 12:26 a.m. on January the 6th, Connell posted on Facebook a screenshot of what appears to be a Google Maps picture of Washington, D.C. area with a pin dropped in the center of Washington, D.C. Connell added a message with a flexing arm emoji stating, "Gonna be right there in the middle of it." Okay. At about 11:43 a.m. on January the 6th, Connell posted on his public profile page a 2-minute and 58-second video of Connell and another individual law enforcement believes to be Connell's cousin, Daniel Page Adams, walking in what appears to be Washington, D.C., with the Washington Monument in the foreground. You see, this is the kind of thing that the FBI would like you to do on your Washington trip. They would like you when you are in Washington, D.C. to see the sights, see the Washington Monument, maybe stroll the mall. It's very nice. A lot of people go running on it, on the mall. You can go visit. I recommend Thomas Jefferson's Memorial in particular. I also recommend the Library of Congress in particular. Beautiful, beautiful building. Of course, can't forget the U.S. Supreme Court building. Shout out to the Supreme Court homies in Washington, D.C. If you like a little bit of nature, Teddy Roosevelt Island is a little off the beaten path and very nice. Recommended. But these are the kind of things the FBI would like you to do with your time. Enjoy the sights. Enjoy our beautiful nation's capital. It is quite beautiful. It is quite beautiful. Enjoy some of the restaurants, some of the monuments. These are good things. At the 15-second mark, Connell says, "We here," and flashes the camera to his face and Adam's face. Connell is the bearded individual with dark-colored hooded sweatshirt and a gray hat with markings on the front bottom left, depicted in figure 4. Adams is the next individual showed in the video with a mullet hairstyle, camouflage jacket, purple shirt, and blue multicolored hat depicted in figure 5. And there are the cousins together with their marching at the Capitol, looking real happy. Very similar fashion stylings here with these cousins. Finally, social media information reveals that Connell and Adams posed for a photograph in Washington, D.C. with the same clothing as mentioned in this video. In the photograph, Connell appears to be the bearded individual in center right, with the same dark color hooded sweatshirt, and gray hat with markings seen in figure 4, and distinctive tattoos on his hands. He has tattoos on his hands? Okay. Adams appears to be the individual in center left, with the same mullet hairstyle, camouflage jacket, purple shirt, and blue multicolored hat seen in figure 5. The social media photograph is shown below in 6, with Connell's face and tattoos identified by red ovals. There's that. Yeah. Okay. Making the hang tight sign. Okay. All right. Law enforcement confirmed the identity of Adams in the above referenced videos and photographs by conducting a search of Texas's motor vehicles. So the cousin is from Texas, but we already had Texas. Today's purpose was getting Louisiana on the chart, which we got. That search returns Adams' driver's license photo depicted in figure 7. By comparing the photograph of figure 5 to 6, the FBI reasonably believes that this is Daniel Page Adams. Well, there he is with non-facial hair. And there he is with facial hair. Well, I'm an amateur, but those photographs seem a little bit disparate, but we'll take the FBI's word for it. That's not the same person. The fact that they're cousins and they tag themselves and all the rest of it's pretty big clues, but I don't know. Those photographs don't seem particularly the same, but that's just my eye. Maybe they look somewhat more closer to your eye. I don't think the fact that the photographs look a little bit disparate is going to impact the legal analysis very much. Do you? No. No, it's not, because of all the wonderful Facebook posts and the messaging and the many other photographs and all that stuff. As according to one witness familiar with both Connell and Adams, Connell created videos and photographs apparently taken with a mobile device and distributed to others via social media on the 6th, showing himself and Adams on the Capitol grounds. This witness provided photographs and videos to law enforcement and identified Connell and Adams. In one 12-second video, Connell wrote, "They tear-gassing us." That was your clue, if you didn't have one before, that you were doing a bad. Why might they be tear-gassing you? Hard to tell. The video shows Connell and Adams surrounded by other rioters and covering their face as if to shield themselves from the tear gas, which I suppose is probably marginally, and I use the word marginally very advisedly, marginally better than nothing. All while standing under what appears to be a temporary fixture connected to the Capitol building on the 6th. In figure 8 below, Connell appears to be wearing the same dark-colored hoodie, gray hat with markings, and hand tattoos marked with red ovals, as in figures 4 and 6. Also in figure 8, Connell's cousin is standing behind Connell and appears to be wearing the same mullet hairstyle, camouflage jacket, and blue patterned hat as figures 5 and 6. I don't know if this is a takeaway lesson or not of the day or anything, but one of the lessons here might be maybe do more fashion changes during the day. That might be fun. Dress in layers with reversible clothing and stuff so that you can change your appearance throughout the day. I don't know. You could make, I don't know if there's a lesson in there somewhere, but yeah. Oh, man. Because of the face, clothing, and location matches between Connell's personal Facebook post and the witness video provided to law enforcement, the FBI has reason to believe the subject in both are Connell and Adams. Yeah. In figure 9 below, the screenshot of the video depicts the surroundings as Connell flipped the camera around, and the FBI recognizes the surroundings to be the Capitol stairs, with the caption of "They tear-gassing us." One wonders why. Law enforcement also reviewed additional social media information connected to Connell that appears to be a cell phone video taken from either Connell or Adams. The video depicts Adams in front of the crowd of the Capitol grounds, pushing towards a line of United States Capitol police officers standing guard. At the beginning of the video, Adams repeatedly asked those around him, "Let's go. Are you ready to push?" Encouraging. Literally, in this case. Literally encouraging. He's aiding and abetting and encouraging. Adams is directly in front of the line of Capitol police officers who are holding protective shields up between themselves and Adams. At this point, Adams starts yelling, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And he and others appear to sprint up the Capitol steps, chasing the officers who are now repositioning themselves at the top of the stairs. Adams then engages in a direct struggle with law enforcement officers who are attempting to prevent Adams and others from breaking the line again. Adams continuously shouts, "Come on, let's go, come on, let's go," in an apparent effort to encourage others. As I said, literally encouraging, right? Encourage others to keep launching forward towards the officers and the Capitol building. The video then shows Adams physically engaging with another set of officers at the top of the steps. The video ends with a loud thud, and Adams holding his head and uttering an expletive. He got whacked over the head. Figure 10 below depicts Adams' point of view as shown in the video, just before he lets the crowd of rioters to surge forward against the depicted officers and their protective shield. Figure 11 depicts Adams holding his head and looking at the camera at the end of an apparent altercation. So here he is as he's about to storm the battlements, and here he is with his head whacked, displeased. According to social media records, Connell appears to have described the January 6 events detailed above in a conversation with another individual on January the 7th. Please tell us more about your day, says the FBI. Okay, says Connell. Connell states, 4 of us breached the cops' barricade, and us same 4 breached the Capitol. After apparently sending this individual to the same individual, Connell explained, that's my cousin. When we stormed the cops, there were 8 of them and 4 of us, so we got clubbed and shot with rubber bullet. But we pushed the cops against the wall. They dropped all their gear and left. That's when we went to the doors of the Capitol building and breached it. The other individual responded, y'all boys, something serious, lol. Looking like it's Civil War yet. Connell answered, it's gonna come to it. These people have a very inflated sense of everything. And yeah, it's annoying. The FBI believes Connell may intend to return to Washington, D.C., which is a pretty good, reasonable assumption since he said, I'm going to come back and all. The FBI believes he might intend to return to D.C. during the week of the 18th of January. According to witnesses, Connell has communicated with at least 2 other individuals in Texas about purchasing long-arm firearms, ammunition, and body arm to bring with them. According to the witnesses, Connell explained that he was not returned to Louisiana unless it was in a body bag. The FBI understood that to mean that Connell intends to return to D.C. to cause violence that may result in the end of his life. Yeah, these are all very reasonable, very disturbing conclusions. You've already participated in 1 riot and apparently had so much fun that now you are actively planning and buying firearms and ammunition and saying you're going to return to the Capitol and you're not returning except in a body bag. Well, geez, how might a federal judge look at this when they're trying to determine whether or not you're an ongoing threat? How do you imagine that bail hearing is going to go? Very poorly would be the answer to that question. Hope you like jail because you're going to be there for a while waiting for your trial date. And, the fact that you were actively buying ammunition in an attempt to return to D.C., there's that. So, when you get convicted, I imagine your sentences are going to be on the higher end of the scale. Based on the foregoing, the FBI believes that these 2 wonderful individuals have violated a whole bunch of federal laws, but we don't really care what the FBI thinks today because we can ask, what does the grand jury think? So we'll ask, what does the grand jury think about what these 2 did? On or about January the 6th of 2021, within the District of Columbia, Cody Page Carter, Dan Connell, and Daniel Page Adams committed an act to obstruct, interfere with law enforcement, engaged in lawful duties. We see pretty good evidence of that, yes. Obstruct and impeded an official proceeding. Forcibly assaulted, resisted, impeded an officer of the United States. Yes. Unlawfully, knowingly remained in the restricted grounds. With intent to impede and disrupt the orderly function of government, engaged in disorderly conduct. Engaged in disorderly, disruptive conduct with the intent to disturb an orderly conduct session of Congress. Willfully and knowingly obstructed and impeded passage to the building. Willfully paraded, demonstrated, and picketed. A true bill. Yeah, they're guilty of all those things. We have enough. You know, it's sad when we can do the entire trial in our head in 5 minutes. But yeah, we can do the entire trial in our head in 5 minutes. Are they guilty of all these things? Of course they are. So, because we have evidence to demonstrate that. We have the pictures, we have the videos, we have the confessions. We have statements of their intent. We have statements of their ongoing and continuous intent. So, I would expect a plea deal is coming down the line. Or a guilty verdict, one of the two. Because if I were their attorney, let me just put it this way. If I'm their attorney and I'm looking at this, I'm like, you guys are pretty hosed. You know what's not helping right now? The many confessions that you wrote and the many photographs you took and the fact that you were buying ammo and buying guns and planning to return in body bags, and you said all those things and there's records of it. All those things. As your potential criminal defense attorney, I'm looking in my mind through a list of potential defenses, not coming up with a whole lot. So a plea deal would probably be in your interest at this point. If you're going to go to trial, it's going to be a really, really short one, because I don't know what I'm going to do here. What do you want me to do? I can try to make the state put its burden on, but, they're going to be able to do that. So, yeah, it's not going well. Oh, well. It might not be going well for Connell and Adams, but it's going well for me. In any event, if you're enjoying this content, please remember to like the video. If you're not a member already, subscribe. And did you know you can join the channel for 99 cents? It's true. You can hit the little join button, and you can help to support the channel financially and help us grow. It'll be great. I hope you've been enjoying this content. Until later, my friends, I've been Uncivil Law. I hope all is well. Cheers and goodbye.